So the SQL, basically SQL is totally about the practice. Some of the SQL statement what we have discussed in our previous session. So those are the very common SQL statement which we are using in our daily work. And as I told you, this course is not just about to explain things which are common. Okay, definitely the common things we are covering, but along with that, some advanced feature also we will discuss so that you can confidently can tell yes you have knowledge of the database. So where statement, group by statement, order by, select all column, some column. These all examples we have seen, and I already shared with you some examples like the CSV files and around 50 questionnaire for the select statement. Now today we are just going little bit advanced about the Postgres. What are the things which we have to take care when we are working with the Postgres? So in that there is a very important things. This is called the index. Basically, the purpose of index is this is all about searching. Okay, this is all about what? This is all about the searching, and this is not like where you can see something you have created the index and you are getting some physical output. But yes, normally when you are working with very large data, okay, when you are working with very large data means where in the table you are going to deal with 1 crore, 2 crore, 3 crore rows. Means if you have table where we have 2 crore data or 3 crore data, like currently we are working in one project. In that project, we have uh, we have the data for the voter list. So even if we will just check the voter list data for one state, so it will be around 2 crore, 3 crore. So, but when you will have 2 crore data or 3 crore data, so if you are going to run the query on 2 crore or 3 crore data, then it will take time. It will take time. Like here, I just give you one simple example. Let's suppose if we will see, for example, we have this table. Okay, this table, voter underscore data. And if I try to get how many rows we have in this table, so we can v underscore list dot voter underscore data. So if I try to run any query on this data in this table, even if I simply run the select query, where clause, so it will take around 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes to get the result. To get rid of all this problem means when we are getting data but it is taking too much time, so that thing we can reduce or that problem we can solve only with the help of what? Only with the help of index. If we will create the index on particular column, normally the process is when we are working in any table, so first of all we are finding which column we are using for queries. Like here, you can see the total number of rows is 2 crore 92 lakh something. Now, if I will write here, select select star or select a star from this and I will just write here limit 10. Means I want how many rows? I want only 10 rows. Now what I want to show you, let's suppose this is voter ID. Okay, I just copy this voter ID and I will open just notepad and just write here. Let's suppose this voter ID I have copied and here I copy one name also. Okay, let's suppose I just copy one name and now I will run one query, select a star from this where where v card id is equal to, this is the ID I want to find. So I will hit this one. So you can see how much time it is taken to get the result. How much time is taken to get the result? Downside you can see it is showing you the time. So what is the time? 0.229 second. Correct? Now what I will do, I will run same table, everything is same, nothing change. But this time, instead of the vcard ID, I will try to run the query on e underscore first name, l underscore something, no? E underscore first name. So e underscore first underscore name is equal to, and I will take this name here. Now I will run this query. So here only you can see the difference. When I have run the query using the vcard ID is equal to this, in 0.229 second you got the result. But same table, everything is same. Just I have changed what? Just I have changed the column name and now it is taking this much time. Even you can see it, 30 second, 31 second. We don't know how much time it will take to get the result. Maybe it will take 1 minute or 2 minutes. Why this difference we are able to see here? See how much time is taken? 43 second, 43.648 second. It is taken to get the result. But for this query, it is taking 0.229 or 0.226 second, even not only 1 second. The reason behind this is same table, same rows, everything is same. The only difference is I have created index on which table, which column? I have created the index on vcard ID column and I have not created index on this column. So this thing I just want to show you ki what is the impact of the index on the table. So index when we are creating, we are always creating index on the column. Okay. Please remember this thing. When we are creating the index, index is always associated with the column. And when you are going to deal with very large data, so that is your smartness. You have to understand which column we are frequently using for the query. For example, if you are every time you are finding the voter card ID and you have created the index on the first name or last name, then there is no meaning. So we have to plan which column we require the index. One thing. Second thing, now you have seen the difference between the index or without index. So it is not like you will create index on all the columns, because ultimately whenever you are creating the index, it is taking time and it is taking space also. So whenever we have planned to create the index, we have to do proper planning. We have to do proper planning, and then accordingly we will create the index and it will work perfectly. Understood? Anyone have any question, any doubt till this point? Because whenever you want to get the result quickly, so definitely no one will wait for the result. Correct? So we have to, when we will when we want to get the result quickly, then we have to create the index, then only our problem will solve. Understood? Anyone have any question, anything need to discuss on this point? क्लियर है सभी को? हेलो, am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. And specifically when we are in any enterprise level application, because see, ultimately no user, no one is directly going to use this. What? No one is directly going to use this database directly. Only few people are using the database, but based on your query, based on your indexing, developers are using what? Developers are using the database, developers are using the query. So definitely they required result very fast. So for that they will tell you, "Ki bhai, we want to get the result fast, what you can do." So we have this method. Using that we can create the index and we can get the result very fast. So what is the index? An index help the database find data faster. Search a word in a book index is
Progress.
yeah, tell me.
I have one doubt. First time you selected the unique ID. That's why it's found very faster. Next you are selected the names because the names are so many in that rows. That's why I thought it's late. What is the one?
See, actually here the thing is why I am getting data fast in this query and why I am not getting data fast in this query. Correct? This is very important. We need to understand why I got the result very fast in this query, because I already have created index on this column. Understood? Because it is creating the index, it will take around 5 minutes. So because of that reason, before the class start, I already created the index, because actually this I am using in for my some different project. So in this table, only one column I required every time for the searching. In my project, I am not searching, currently I am not searching any record with first name or last name. Currently in my project, I need to find voter ID. So because of that reason, I have created index where I have created the index on this particular column. Because of that reason, This query returning the result very fast, and this query is taking time because in this column there is no index. Clear?
But how how we create index?
That is that I am telling you here. See, this is what this is the first thing is we need to understand what is the index. Why we require the index? We need to speed up the select query. We need to improve the performance. Because of that reason, we are creating what? We are creating the index. Second thing is how the result is coming fast because if you have not created the index, then it will basically search the data in sequential way. Then it is taking time. But when we have created the index, then internally it arrange the data using some mechanism so that your searching will be very, very fast. Now coming to your question, how basically we are creating the index. Before that, I just want to show you what are the different type of indexes we have in Postgres. So Postgres, as I already told you, this is a very good database, and even if this is free, but we can use this database for any enterprise level application. So here, these are the different type of indexes we have, which we can create in Postgres database. We have B tree index, hash index, gist index, generalized search text, general for the generalized search tree, GIN index, BRIN index, unique index, composite index, partial index, and expression index. Now we'll see one by one how we can commit. This is the answer of your question, ki how we can create the index. Normally, in 95% cases, we are creating this index. So as I told you, I already have created index on which column? I already have created index on this column. So what is the query to create the index? Create index, whatever the name you want to give, you just give the name of the index on table name and column name. And when you are creating the index, please make sure this is the column what frequently we are going to use for the query. So we will take this column to create the index. And this is the simple syntax for creating the index. Create index like here. You can directly, I will run on some different, this one. Let's suppose I will take this and I will go to our database. And here we'll click anywhere, just a query tool. Now here create index. Any name you can take, and let's suppose this is the table where you want to create the index. And what is the you every time you are trying to find the result based on what? Based on the course name. So you can create the index IDX. Any name you can provide here, okay? But the 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 best way to write the index name is it should be start with what? It should be start with the IDX. What is the table name? Table name is what? HR dot courses. What is the column name? Column name is the course underscore name. So if I will run this one, then it will create the index on which column? It is created the index on the course name column. So now if you will try to find some result using the query select a star from this table name where course name is equal to this. If you have 5, 10, 20, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 record in your table, you will not get any difference. You will get actual difference when you will have data more than 10 lakhs, 5 lakhs, 3 lakhs, 4 lakhs. Then you will get what? Then you will get difference. How this is basically how we are getting the difference, how quickly we are getting the result from using the select query. Understood, sir? You got the answer of your question?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Now, this is the default index when we are writing the query create index. This is the B tree index which Postgres is creating by default. Now, after that, we have the hash index. When we are creating the hash index, used only for exact equality comparison. Exact equality comparison means you want to run a query, select a star from employee where name is equal to something. If every time you are going to run this query, then which index we should create? Then we should create the hash index. When you in your case, if you are going to run every time equality query, okay, name is equal to this, ID is equal to this, then in that case, hash index is good. This index is basically why we are saying in 95% cases we are creating this index, because this index if you have created, you can run any query. You can run is equal to, you can run a greater than, less than, between, anything whenever you want to run, you can use which index? B tree index. This is the default index of the Postgres. Now after that we have the GIST index, generalized search tree. This index is very important for those people who are working with the complex data type. Like our case, we are going to work with what? We are going to work with the GIS data. Most of the time in our table, we are going to store point, line, and polygon. And now let's suppose if you are going to search some result based on the geometric column. Like I want to find out all the bank ATM which are inside the Hapsiguda area. I want to find out all the hotels which are inside the Delhi. So wherever we have query which are related to the geometry, then in that case, on the geometry column, we can create which index? We can create GIST index. GIN index, generalized inverted index, used for the multi-value data type means if in your database you have stored the array, you have stored the JSON, you have stored the JSON B, you have if you have this kind of data type, then which index you can create? You can create the GIN index. This is called the generalized inverted index. Now after that we have the BRIN index. What is the meaning of this? Block range index, used for very large tables where data is stored in the logical order. Logical order means, like let's suppose you are creating a vehicle tracking system. In vehicle tracking system, every second you are getting the data from the GPS. So here our data is what? Our data is the time series data. If you have time series data, then in that case, which index is very good? BRIN index is very good. If you are going to run the query on which column? This time column, date column. If you have that kind of query, then we can create BRIN index. Then we have the unique index, that is the common one. Common one means, let's suppose if you have any table, like for example, if I have, let's suppose I have which table employee master. If I go and check what are the data we have here, or what I can do, let's suppose I create one table. That table name is what? Table 1. What is the column? Column name is, I have taken the column ID. The type I will take serial, that you guys already know. And here I will take the email ID. Okay, that is the character varying. And then after I have name underscore E. This is also character varying. Okay, now we have created what? We have created one table. Here your requirement is email ID should not duplicate. What is our requirement? Our requirement is email ID should not duplicate. Means email ID will be always what? Will be always unique. Then in that case, what I will do, because I want my email ID will be always unique. Then what I will do? I will create the unique index where I will create the unique index on the email ID column. So I have taken the syntax and I will go to the query. Now, if what is the table name? HR underscore table one, create unique index, this table, and what is the column name? Column name is email underscore ID, email underscore ID. Now, if I run this one, so index created. Now, what will happen if you want to insert data in this table? Insert into what is the table name? Table name is this. And what are the column name we have? Email underscore ID and name underscore E. Email underscore ID, comma, name underscore E. And what the values I want to insert? I want to insert here abc underscore gmail.com. And what is the name? Name is, let's suppose, Yogesh. Okay. Now, if I run this query, so definitely this query will insert one data in this table. If I run this one, so here you can see data inserted successfully. Now what I will do, I have not changed the email ID and here I have written RF. Now if I will try to insert data in this, so here you can see we are getting the error. It will not allow you to insert duplicate data in email ID column. Okay, this is the benefit when we are setting the unique index on the table, so that it and at any cost it will not allow you to insert the same email ID more than one time. So this is the use of what? This is the use of the unique index. Now after that we have the composite index. Composite index, it is basically we are creating more than using more than one column. So when we require to use composite index, when let's suppose here the column is what? Name and city. Maybe in your project, most of the time you are going to run the query select star from employee where name is equal to RF, city is equal to Hyderabad. Select star from employee where name is name like Yogesh and city is Mumbai. So if you have every time your search is more than one column, then we can create what? Then we can create the composite index. Composite index we are using more than one column. After that, what is the disadvantage of the index we have? The disadvantage of the indexes is basically it required extra storage and slow down the insert, update and delete. And it need what? It need maintenance. So whenever we are talking about the index, so index is all about to fast the mechanism of searching. So whenever you are working with the large data, then index is the best way to create, and it will basically it will rapidly fast your search. Okay, clear guys, understood till this point? Anyone have any question, any doubt? All good, can we move?
योगेश मतलब ऐसा हो गया कि इंडेक्स जैसे हम लोग नॉर्मल इंडेक्स क्रिएट करते हैं, द एनालॉजी इज व्हाट आई अंडरस्टूड।
Uh-huh.
इंडेक्स मतलब जैसे हम लोग नॉर्मली बुक पे भी इंडेक्स क्रिएट करते हैं, हम लोग डायरेक्ट वो पेज ढूंढने का रहेगा तो ढूंढ सकते हैं, वही इधर
Exactly,
कंसेप्ट है।
exactly,
पहली बात ये समझ
exactly.
में आ गई। दूसरी बात, देयर आर डिफरेंट वेज ऑफ क्रिएटिंग इंडेक्स। जैसे कि मैंने बुक पे एक इंडेक्स क्रिएट कर लिया, सिमिलरली मैं जैसे कि और कोई इसके लिए इंडेक्स क्रिएट कर सकता हूँ, जैसे हम लोग लॉग टेबल स्कूल में यूज करते थे, तो उसके लिए हम
हाँ,
लोग एक तरीका था, लॉग लॉग ढूंढने का, 12th में था ना अपने को साइंस में।
करेक्ट करेक्ट
हाँ,
करेक्ट
तो ये
करेक्ट
देर आर इन
करेक्ट।
नंबर ऑफ वेज डूइंग इट। इसमें होता क्या है कि वो पर्टिकुलर कॉलम को लेके एक बैकग्राउंड में अपने मेमोरी में एक परमानेंट टेबल वो क्रिएट करता है,
हाँ हाँ,
बराबर। और
एग्जैक्टली
उस, हाँ,
वो इट विल ऑटोमेटिकली क्रिएट the table or any mechanism in background of the database,
यस, व्हिच इज नॉट विजिबल टू अस।
which
वो,
is not visible to
विजिबल,
us. We
सो
don't know
सो
how it
हाँ,
is
so
creating.
that is how it quickly searches. And secondly, when while inserting when we are inserting anything in the table, it has to also update the index which is attached to that particular table, so obviously it gets वो थोड़ा सा कॉम्प्लेक्स हो जाता है, क्योंकि उधर भी जाके करना पड़ता है। तो दैट्स व्हाई
Exactly,
यू आर सेइंग, और एंड
exactly,
वो मेमोरी भी यूज करता है, क्योंकि वो अलग एक
exactly.
लुकअप क्रिएट करता है। दैट व्हाट इज ऑल अबाउट।
Because of that reason, we mention. Because of that reason only we mention कि whenever you will create it, that let's suppose you already have created the index on the table, then it is taking time to insert, update, and delete because it
Yes,
has
because
to
yeah,
maintain in both the places.
okay. So I till
Okay.
that what I've understood is this.
Correct. Your understanding is absolutely correct. There is no problem. The only thing is, say, actually, this is my duty to tell you how many type of indexes we have in Postgres. Correct. And at the same time, I want to tell you which one is important, which one is frequently used, which one we are not using. So out of this 8 or 9 indexes, what I explained you, if you see this indexes, so here as I told you, the most common is this B tree index. This is the default index of the Postgres. Second thing is what? Second thing is when we want to create the index on the geometry, then we can create which index? Then we can create the GIST index because this index is useful for the complex data type. So our geometry is always the complex data type. Because of that reason we are using GIST index for the geometry. Otherwise this one is the best for any case. You can directly create the index like the live example you can see here. I already have created what? I already have created the index, and here you are able to see the difference between the time taken to get the result. We already have created the index on this table. So if I will run this query, then it is giving me result in 0.218 second. But at the same time, if I am running query, this one, it is taking lot of time. Why? Because the reason is this column I have not created the index. Only this column I have created the index. I have not created the index because I want to show you what is the difference when we are creating the index or when we have not created the index. So here you have seen, if index is there, then searching is very fast. If index is not there, then searching will very slow. Okay, clear? Now, the next important topic of the Postgres database, that is the view. What is the meaning of the view? Meaning of view is like, for example, you have a table. Okay, this one, let's suppose attendance log, some table is there. I just want to see what we have in this table. Sometime, sometime when we have a table and in this table there are many rows are there. Okay, in any table, for example, if you see this one, okay, let's suppose in this table there are n number of rows are there. Okay, but every time when you are running the query, you don't require to see all these columns. This is one thing, one point. It means if in my table there are 20, 30 columns are there, but every time when I am running the query, I don't want to see all 20, 30 column because unnecessary I have to go to left, right, and then see the result. This is one problem. And second problem is the column name what I have given here. Let's suppose assembly underscore no, part underscore no, booth underscore no, sr no. So the column name what I have given, that column name also I want to change. Okay. That column name also I want to give some meaningful name so that anyone who has not much knowledge of the database and column, he can also see and understand the column name and all. Okay. So to resolve this problem, we have one concept in Postgres database, or in fact, you will get this concept in all the database, that is called the view. We are creating the view from table. So here I am just going to show you one example. So let's suppose this table. Okay, I am taking this table only. The table name is what? Table name is HR and HR dot this table one. We have three columns. We have the ID, email ID, and name underscore E. Now my requirement is, as I already told you, the problems what we are facing, or we can take this one. Okay, customers. So I will take the select query so that it will be easy for me to copy paste the column name. So I have this table, and this table basically have some 3, 4, 5 column. I want only 3 columns: email ID, age, and city. One thing. I need only 3 column: email, age, and city. And the name of the column also I want to change. I want to give some more meaningful name. So what I will do in that scenario, I can create the view. So view will act as a table. Just I will show you how we are creating the view. So here the syntax is create or replace. Create or replace. What we are saying view. What is the name of the view? The name of the view is what? HR dot v underscore customers. You can take any name, but I am just telling you what is the good practice. When you are creating the index, then we are saying IDX underscore. Then with the name, anyone can see and understand what is this. So if you have IDX, you have written IDX, then it means this is the index. Now if you have written V underscore, or sometime people want to make more meaningful, so they will write VW. So if you will write VW underscore, it means I can see and understand what is this. This is a view. So now what I'm going to do, create or replace view, name of the view you have given as what? Select email, select email as student underscore email, comma, city as student underscore city, from HR underscore HR dot customers. So now what I have basically, what I am doing, create or replace view. This is the view name, and how this view I want to create. Select, if you want, just for time being, I will remove this thing. Maybe you will get confused. So for just time being, I am removing this and removing this. So now here you can see I have just taken how many columns? I have taken only two column, email comma city from HR underscore customer. Now if I run this one, then it will create what? It will create view. Now if I will write select star from view underscore this one. And now if you run this query, it will give you what? It will give you the result email this, city this. Now the second problem what I told you, I am coming to that one. I want to change the column name. Now this time my requirement is I don't want to keep email or city like this. I want to change the column name. So what I will do? Now I will take this statement. Email, what column name you want? Email, I want to see as a student underscore email. City, I want to see as a student underscore city. And then I will run this one. We'll see what will happen. So it is basically giving you some error. So better what we can do in that case. So here, if you will go to our database, go to the schema, refresh this one, then here you will get one node. That node is what? View. And if you go to the view, so just now what the view you have created, that view you can see here. I will right click on this view and just click on the delete. So I have deleted this view. Now I will again run this query. So now again the view created. Now if you see the result of this view, select star from this. Now you will get the column name what? Student underscore email, student underscore city. Understood? What is the view and how we are creating the view? So a view is a virtual table created from the SQL query. It does not store data. It only store the query. Advantages of the view is what? Simplifies complex queries, improves security, hides unnecessary columns, and make reports easier. Understood? Any question, any doubt related to the view? What is the view? How we are creating the view? Any doubt, any question? Please tell me. Clear to everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great. Now, the thing is actually in Postgres, this is one method or one way to create the view, and in Postgres we have one more type of view that is called the materialized view. Okay, actually I have used this one, but I am not getting proper like any good thing in this view. Means it is basically kind of you are going to create another table. Means see, my thinking is what? My thinking is if I have created one view, let's suppose this view we have created, correct? Where is our table? This is our table. Okay, I run this table. When I will run this query, I will see what the result we will get. We got this result. I want to add some data. I can insert the data or I can use this facility and I will, let's suppose given here age is 20, city is what HYD and some phone number I have given. And then this everything is done after I have to save the change. I will try to save the data. We'll see. So data will save. After saving the data, even here you have seen we already have how many rows previously? Previously we have 4 rows and now just I have added one more row here. So what is this? See, column relation ID. This is not given. So I have given some value here. Now if I click, so it is what? Failing row contains 131. This new row of relation customers violates the check customer's age check. Customer age check means the age should be greater than 30 or 21 something. We already have given this constraint. So now see here, data saved successfully. Very good. Now you have, previously you have 4 rows. Now you have 5 rows. Now I will go to the view. If I go to the view, run this one. So now I will get here how many rows? 5 rows. The new data what I have inserted, that also I got. That is very good because this exactly we required. कि भाई when we have the table, we have for our convenience we have created the view, and after inserting some data in the table, if I run the view, so I am getting the updated record. But this is not same as the materialized view. In materialized view, the problem is, let's suppose you have created, instead of normal view, you have created one materialized view. So if I will create the materialized view now, then how many records we have here? We have here 5 records. After that, let's suppose someone have inserted some data where someone have inserted some data in the customer. Then after, if I will run the query, select star from jo materialized view what we have created, you will not get the updated record. This is the biggest problem with the materialized view. Materialized view will not update automatically. If you want to update the materialized view, you have to run the query refresh materialized view and view name. Then only it will update the materialized view with the current data what we have in the table. So because of that reason, people are not using the materialized view because data is not updated automatically. We have to run this query, then only this view will be updated. So here I have just given what is the difference between the normal view and materialized view. It stores only query, but it stores the data. Always real time is every time whenever you will insert, update, delete data in the table, the same thing will be reflected where? Same thing will be reflected in the view. But in the materialized view, we need to refresh using this command, refresh materialized view. Faster query in the view, query will be fast. And here also we need to update, then only we will get the updated data. Okay, understood everyone? What is the view? What is the materialized view?
It's understood.
Okay. Now after that, the next important concept of the Postgres, this is the sequence. What is the meaning of the sequence? This is also simple. See, if you will try to understand the things in the complex way, then it will become complex. If you will try to understand in the easy way, it will be easy. What is the meaning of the sequence? Before going to learn anything, first of all, we need to understand one important thing. What is the use? Why we required this? Then you can easily understand quickly. So the thing is, we have, let's suppose, we have created, I just now, I have created one table. That table name is what? That table name was the table 1, correct? You guys have seen we have created one table, and this table ID, email ID and name. Now see here, and one more thing I just want to tell you. If you remember, when we have created this table, that time what was the type of the ID? Can anyone tell me what the type ID we have taken that time? What is the type we have taken for the ID? Anyone remember? Serial, correct? Have you remember that one, that thing? Okay, when we have created this table, then that time we have taken the ID column type is what? Serial. Or if you not remember, no problem. We'll delete this one. Again, I will go create the table. Table name is table 1. Go to the column. I will just create here 3 column. First column is the ID. I have taken the data type what? Serial, and not null, primary. We have written here name, and we have taken another column. This is city. Now, if I save this one, after save, I want to insert some data where I want to insert some data in this table. So I will write here insert into what is the table name? Table name is the table 1, HR dot table 1. What are the columns we have? I have taken the name and I will take the city, and then I will write here values. What is the name? Name is the this one, and city is what? Let's suppose city is Mumbai. Now if I insert some data inserted successfully. Second thing is if I will write here select star from HR dot table name. So one thing please remember here, if I will run this one, so I will get the data. So here, have you given this data? One, have we inserted this data here? One in the query,
No, no.
correct? So if again I will select this one, again I run this one, again I run this one, and if I check this result, so here you can see automatically it is taking the 1, 2, 3. So sometime when when you want to create the table and you want ID column should be automatically increase. You want this ID column should automatically what? Increase 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that. Then in that case, you have taken the data type what? You have taken the data type serial. To do this thing, to do this thing in Postgres, there is two different way. One is simply you can create what? Simply you can create the column and data type will be serial. Then you no need to do anything. Automatically, whenever you will insert the data, this number will automatically increase. Another way to do this thing is you can create the sequence. What you can do? You can create the sequence. What is the meaning of the sequence? See here. Let's suppose here I will I will just take the simple this one. Simple what? I will just take the simple statement to create the sequence. I have written here create sequence, and I will write HR dot, and the sequence name is what? This one. Okay. Now if I run this one, what is this? Sorry, HR. So I am going to create the sequence. Sequence create हो गया, ठीक है? Now what is next? I want to insert data in this table. Okay, sorry. What I will do, I will take another table. I will take another table here, or I will create another table. Table name is table 2. And now this time, what I will do, I will take the name ID. Data type, I will take integer. What data type I will take? I will take the data type integer. Now here I have taken the name. Data type is character varying, and save this one. Now, first of all, if I am going to insert data in this table, name and city we have not. So name, and I will remove this thing. Now, first of all, if I will run this query, then we'll see what will happen. First of all, ये fail हो गया because it is telling कि ID you have given like not null, and you have not taken here ID. ID has to take. So what I need to take here, I will write here ID and I will give some number here 101, any number I have given. Now if I run this one, so smoothly data will insert, there is no problem. But the thing is, our requirement was what? Our requirement was we want to insert sequential number automatically. By Abhi, you have inserted this data. So how you remember if 101 is inserted, now the new number should be 102. Well, 102 is inserted, now the new ID will be 103. Correct? This is the problem. So in that case, what we are doing, I will go to the table 2. I am going to truncate this table, truncate it, khali ho gaya table. Now what I will do, insert into HR table 2 ID comma name instead of giving 101. Now I will not give 101. Now what I will give, this sequence, what I have created, I don't know. I don't know what is the current value of the sequence, but here, what I will write here, sequence next value. So here I will write next val and this, what is this? Next val, correct. Now if I insert the record, so data inserted successfully. Again I run this one. Again I run this one. Data inserted successfully. Now go and check the value in table 2. Now if you check the table value in table 2, you are getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why? Because the reason is this time we have used what? This time we have used the power of sequence. So to achieve the target, you have two different ways. One is at the time of creation of the table, you can define data type serial. And another way is if you are not going to define data type serial, so you can create what? You can create a sequence and you can take the next value, then automatically it will give you next new value with increment of 1. And one more very interesting thing I just want to tell you. The interesting thing is even when you are creating the serial also internally creating what? Serial also internally creating the sequence. Like here, table 1 we have created the serial. If I right click, go to the script and check the create script. Just check the create script. Basically, it will show you to create this table what the script Postgres has used. See here, have you created this sequence? Have you created this sequence? Right, this is table 1, na? In table 1, have we created this sequence?
No, no, no.
This is the thing what I was telling you. Whenever if you are creating a table and you in the column, if you have given the data type serial, then Postgres will automatically create the sequence internally. And whenever you are inserting the data, the same thing what you are doing here. The same thing what we are doing here, Postgres is doing internally. Next value, next value, next value, next value. If you want to see, I will show you. See, this is the sequence what Postgres is using. I will copy this one. Okay, you just check. I will copy this one, and if you go and check the table 1, okay, in table 1, what is the current value of this ID? What is the maximum value? 3, correct? Now if I write select next val, this is this sequence. What is the value currently? 3. And even forget about the next val. Here we have one more option. If I want, I can check the current value. I just need to check CURRVAL. CURR C. What is the current value? 3, correct? You have seen here na? In table 1, the maximum value is 3. The current value is 3. And if I will write here next val, I will just show you the interesting part. Next val is 4. Next val is 5. Next val is 6. I am running this command. Currently the next value is what? 7. And now if I will check what is the current value? Current value is 7. Correct? Now see the interesting fact. Now I am inserting data in table 1. Data inserted successfully. Go to the table 1 and check. What is the ID? ID is 8. Why? Because we have forcefully changed the value of sequence. Whenever you will run next value, next value, next value, automatically this sequence value will increase by 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and it will automatically increase. And now the current value of this is what? This will automatically coming here. So whenever we are creating any table, and in that table we have taken the data type serial, so internally serial is also using the sequence. So in sequence there are 3 methods we have: next val, current val, and set val. Next val we already have seen, current val we already have seen. Now here set val I will show you. Let's suppose this is, I am again coming to this sequence only. Current value of this sequence you already know. What is the current value? Current value is 8. Now what I am going to do, I am going to set this value to 5,000, 50,000. I have set this value 50,000. Now check. Insert one data in this table. Now check the value. What is the value? 50,001. Why? Because you have forcefully you have changed the sequence of the value of the sequence. So this sequence I have set the value 50,000, and now whenever I will run this query, automatically internally it will run the next value, and next value of this sequence is 50,001. Okay. So here the sequence in database, I think there is no need to discuss much about this, because whatever I explained you, that I hope you guys understood properly. So here, in the sequence we have 3 methods: next val, current val, and set val. These 3 methods we can use, and how we are using that I already shown you. And one good thing with the sequence is basically there are big syntax to create the sequence. We have seen very simple method to create the sequence. Automatically it will start from 1. But if you want to create a sequence and forcefully you want to start from 1000, so that facility also we have. Create the sequence, start with this, increment by this, minimum value is this, maximum value is this, cache 10. So this, using this syntax also you can create the sequence. I will tell you what is the meaning of all these things. Create sequence. This is the sequence name. Start. You are telling, don't start from 1. Start from which number? Start from 100. Don't increment by 1. Increment by 5. Means if you have started from 100, what will be the next value? What will be the next value if increment is 5? 105.
5.
Next value is 110, 115. And here you already have given minimum value is this, maximum value is this. And interesting thing is, what is the meaning of cache 10? Actually, the meaning of when you have given cache 10, so every time this sequence keep 10 advanced sequence numbers in memory. So that this is just to improve the performance, nothing else. Nothing more than that. This cache, if you will write or if you will not write, there is no problem. But whenever you are writing, then next 10 sequence it will generate and it will keep in the memory directly. We can use this is the use of what cache. But normally when we are creating the sequence, so only either you can create like this if you want to start from 1. If you want to start from the particular number, then you can simply use only this create sequence, this start from this, that's all. Nothing else. No, not nothing required. Just write this one and start from this number. That's all. Then automatically it will understand. Start from 100, increment by 1. Okay. So this is what? This is the sequence. And what is the advantage of the sequences? Automatically generates unique numbers, avoid the duplicate IDs, work well with primary keys. And after that, here, this you guys understood. And one more thing I just mentioned somewhere, yes, serial versus sequence. What is the meaning of the serial? What is the meaning of the sequence? And what is the difference? Now you guys understood. Anyways, if you are going to create serial or if you are going to create sequence, sequence is the sequence, but when you are creating the serial, it is also creating sequence in the background. So ultimately, the main thing is internally what is going to use sequence is going to use. So here id sequence automatically creates sequence default value and all. This is same as what we have seen just now. Now after that, the next complicated thing or next advanced feature of the Postgres, that is the stored procedure. But here I just want to check, are you guys ready to